BWF solicitors, we take pride in our clients' service. As a niche law practice, we are conscious of the demands of our clients. We always offer a friendly, listening ear and sympathetic attitude. We've worked with thousands of people all across the UK in all areas of personal legal services. We have received great feedback and reviews from our clients. We are located at Seven Sisters in Tottenham on the 4th floor of the Anna House, right on top of the Victoria Line train station for your utmost convenience. We have a friendly office and provide all of the refreshments necessary while you wait to see a lawyer. We are dedicated to our clients and have a successful record of serving our clients. Solicitors of England and Wales are of high quality and are bound by the highest professional standards. We are officers of the court and are bound by standards of integrity, competence and conduct as part of our responsibility to uphold rule of law. Our solicitors and lawyers care about your case and are committed to providing the best possible service to you in the most considerate and careful manner. We hold 2 Law Society quality marks. Law Society accreditation helps to demonstrate that we have attained the requisite standard in the area of law and have the requisite expertise. BWF solicitors, we're here to help you with your legal services when you need us.
Victon Estates provides professional and reliable service to landlords, investors and tenants. Our mission is to ethically and honestly serve our clients. We won't make promises we cannot keep, rather. We present a clear picture of the reality we can offer. We are here to help you with long and short-term let, property management, cash buyers for quick sales, stock repossession and mortgage arrears. For all your property needs, look no further. Visit us at www.victonestates.co.uk or call us on 07448619711. Victon Estates, your property is our pride.
BWF solicitors, we take pride in our clients' service. As a niche law practice, we are conscious of the demands of our clients. We always offer a friendly, listening ear and sympathetic attitude. We've worked with thousands of people all across the UK in all areas of personal legal services. We have received great feedback and reviews from our clients. We are located at Seven Sisters in Tottenham on the 4th floor of the Anna House, right on top of the Victoria Line train station for your utmost convenience. We have a friendly office and provide all of the refreshments necessary while you wait to see a lawyer. We are dedicated to our clients and have a successful record of serving our clients. Solicitors of England and Wales are of high quality and are bound by the highest professional standards. We are officers of the court and are bound by standards of integrity, competence and conduct as part of our responsibility to uphold rule of law. Our solicitors and lawyers care about your case and are committed to providing the best possible service to you in the most considerate and careful manner. We hold 2 Law Society quality marks. Law Society accreditation helps to demonstrate that we have attained the requisite standard in the area of law and have the requisite expertise. BWF solicitors, we're here to help you with your legal services when you need us.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome to Heritage TV, hanging out with Vicky, and it's a legal hour show with BWF solicitors. Today, it's another day. We're going to discuss coming to live in the UK and work as well, and also discuss with you the range of jobs that you can do whilst living and working in the UK. This program is sponsored by, of course, BWF Solicitors, Victon Estates Limited, and Eagle Heights International School. Please share the link to all your friends and loved ones. I believe each and every one of them will benefit from what is going to be discussed today. If you've just joined us, please contribute. If you have any questions, I'll be very happy to take your questions on our platforms. Um, YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, and all our social media handles. My name is Vicky Newton. Once again, you are welcome to the Legal Hour Show on Heritage TV. With me today, as usual, it's Mrs. Unisa Champong of BWF Solicitors. She is a partner and a solicitor at BWF Solicitors. Hello, Lawyer Eunice.
Hello, Vicky. Hope your week has been good.
Yes, it's been very, very great. And I was really looking forward to today as well. And I hope
That's
you are as well.
definitely, definitely. This is one of
Ye-
those days that you say to yourself, the sun is out, so let the whole week be like this. And so this week has been a bit sunny, and then obviously we've had rain throughout, but it's good. It's good to
mm,
have a change in weather.
And I guess you guys are still busy in the office with
Oh,
applications and inquiries. I know. I know.
definitely. I
Well,
don't think there's ever a time that we are not.
right. Going straight to the questions. Laura Eunice, when we talk about people coming to live and work in the UK
Mm.
and the range of jobs that they can, apply for, what job roles can one apply for to be able to live and work in the UK, Laura Eunice?
Okay, so um basically when we talk about coming to live and work here, we're talking about people who have realized that maybe they want a change of atmosphere, or maybe they want a change in lifestyle, or
Mm-hmm.
they want a change in their family life, and so they would rather change and come and live in the UK. So when it comes to coming to the UK, obviously it means that a valid application has to be made for you to be
Okay.
able to come and live here. Most people will come via either their family or as a visitor, or probably they would come and work as well. And so, specifically
Okay.
today, we're looking at people who want to come and work as skilled workers. Since
Okay.
the government has said to us that because of Brexit, they're going to put
Mm.
both non EU nationals and EU nationals on equal footing. So from the 1st
Okay.
of January 2021, they obviously made different routes available on our immigration um, rules, or should I say, on our new, should I say, points based system. So there's different
Yeah.
routes, there's different things that the children or even adults can apply for in terms of coming to live and work in the UK. You also have the parents who are able to say that, well, I've got this qualification, and so I would like to come and work in the UK. And you also
Okay.
have the parents who are also saying, do you know what? I want a change in scenery, so I would like to come and work in the UK as well. Sorry
Okay.
about that. And
That's
then
okay.
you have people who are saying, well, I've finished university, I want to also come and also do something here, and maybe a change in my country, or a change in the place that I am at will help me also keep grounded and the rest of it. So when you look
Okay.
at all these different scenarios, and the fact that the government has said, okay, we want to make it, should I say, a bit easier for you to say you want to come and work in the UK. So we have eligible routes where you can come and work. And previously, we had our tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5 routes under our immigration rules. And people were allowed to come on work permit visas and student visas and temporary work visas and all of the rest of it. So it is quite similar to what the government previously had in the immigration rules beforehand. And specifically today, it will be to talk about the skilled worker route, which was formerly the tier 2 route. And
Okay.
under our current immigration rules, where you have the skilled worker, it's obvious that a lot of the time when somebody is thinking, okay, who is a skilled worker? A skilled worker would usually be somebody, maybe like a professional. So somebody
Okay.
who maybe has gotten some degree and is applying for a job as a professional. So maybe it could be a teacher, it could be a scientist, it could be a doctor, it could be a, a veterinary person, it could be any of the professions that people would usually think about. Um, the not so obvious skilled worker professions will be people who are working, for instance, as maybe farmers, people who are working within the construction industry, maybe as
Okay.
construction workers, people who
Mm.
are working, for instance, let's say as gardeners, people who, for instance, are working within the catering industry or kitchen or bar. These are the not so obvious skilled worker routes, but it's all under our eligible occupations when you look at our government eligible occupations. So you have the obvious ones that you would usually assume will be a skilled worker route, and then the not so obvious ones like the caterers and the uh, construction workers and the pipe fitters and the contractors and those people that probably will be gardeners or farmers. Those are the not
Mm.
so obvious worker routes, but
Obvious.
they all require a certain level of qualification to be able to do them. And that's why they come under the skilled worker route. And so it's a wide range, and you will find that on the government's website, they have thousands and thousands of occupations
Mm.
that are listed there as eligible occupations. And it's important that when you're making that application, you are looking
Mm.
at whether you can meet the eligible occupation requirements, or you can find your job on that list. Because if you can't
Yeah.
find your job on that list of eligible occupations, then unfortunately you cannot apply to come to the UK as a skilled worker or on that skilled worker route. So it's important that first of all you check that the job that you want to apply for is one that is eligible to apply for. And most of the time, applying for that job means that you have to apply to someone who is a sponsor or someone who is on the government's list of licensed sponsors. And so those people who are licensed sponsors will be your employer. Those are the ones
Okay.
that will give you that certificate of sponsorship, for instance, to be able to say that you have that sponsorship to be able to do the work that you've applied for. And it's
Mm.
important that
Okay.
you check these things as well, because not every company or not every employer would be a sponsor. And so once you are applying for the job, you have to make sure that that company or that employer that you want to work for is on the government's license list of sponsors, so that you know that everything that you're doing will fall into place as and when you are ready to apply for the visa to come to the UK. Yeah.
Okay. Ladies, don't you think this will, take a lot of our skilled laborers from their country of origin to the UK,
Of
instead of them
course, sometimes.
contributing to the economy back, to their original country? UK
Of
is trying to
course.
find a way to take away all the skilled
Okay, no,
laborers.
I don't think it's all the skilled workers. If
Wow.
if for instance, a country, let's say like Ghana, is saying that, well, we have jobs for teachers, we have jobs for road
Exactly.
contractors, we have jobs for farmers, and we
Nurses.
think that we can give uh good income to those that are able to obviously show that they are well qualified for these job roles. Of course, these workers will not be leaving. They would stay and work for their countries. And also, you have the fact that there are some that also would not want to travel in the first place. So for them, um, traveling is not even an option. So they would
Okay.
always want to remain at home because they believe that
Mm-hmm.
that is where their life is and that is where they are most grounded. And so they wouldn't even think about traveling in the first place. But I think having a good income, for instance, helps to motivate workers to
Motivate,
be,
yes.
yes, to be in the jobs that they are in, and so that they don't feel the need to travel elsewhere or go elsewhere. And also, I like the fact that some, like most people, feel patriotic, and so for them it's like, hey, I am fully and pledged to my country. I don't want to go anywhere else, and therefore the country that I'm in is the country that I will work for and die in, and the rest of it. So you have
Mm.
people like that as well. Well, it also demands the people who are able to say that there is a need. And if you have a
Mm.
character of service and you think there's a need in your country that you can fulfill, then of course, um, you wouldn't want to go elsewhere because you have that fulfillment in doing what you love doing best in your country of origin. So there are different factors and there are different things to play when it comes to people remaining in their country and working in their country. And then you have those that want to come because, of course, they want a different scenery, or they want a better income and the rest
Okay.
of it. So it
Mm.
is here and there. There are different factors that pull people away, and then there are those that keep people where they are.
People.
So
Okay.
yes, so I would say it's not necessarily to pull everybody, but it's also to make sure that the UK is benefiting economically as well, because now we are no longer part of the European Union where we could have that pool of workers coming in and out without
Yeah.
having to apply for work.
Apply to banks to work there. I realized that they all didn't accept my work experience in Ghana. So it was
Mm,
very difficult for me to get a banking job, even though I've got years and years experience in banking, and also continue to do a banking degree course here as well. The main problem I had was work experience. They rather preferred,
someone in.
reference from the UK.
Mm, mm,
How do we resolve this? Is it easy to, I mean, it was years ago, so I don't know whether things have
yeah.
changed. So someone who's just come into the country to work and has applied for a job and comes to references, work
Mm.
experience.
Yeah, so obviously for somebody who is within the UK, because they are trying to look for the best qualified person, any employer would make sure that they are pulling in the best qualified person for the job. So if they are looking within the UK and they feel that you are more suited to the role, of course, why not? Why wouldn't they take you? But if they believe that they have a stronger pool of people who have applied for the job, and they think that the others who have applied will be much better suited to the job role, then of course they will go for somebody who has more experience than somebody who has less experience. Whereas
Okay.
if, for instance, somebody has applied from outside of the UK, usually the employer would have had to advertise that role in the UK, and usually it would have to be for a 28-day period. And you have to
Mm.
show that, of course, you advertised it, you were not able to get anybody within the UK for that job role. And that is why you are going for somebody who is outside of the UK. So when it comes to the different areas, if they can't find anybody who is suitable within the UK, then of course they are more likely to go with somebody outside of the UK. But if they have much better suited people within the UK to fill that role, then unfortunately somebody who has less experience will be somebody they would preferably not take on, whereas somebody who has maybe 1 or 2 years of experience will be the person that they would rather take. So, if for instance, somebody who is in the UK is doing some sort of work experience in the role that they are applying for, then as long as the company knows you or the employer knows you, they are more likely to say, okay, I know that your foot is already in the door. Now that you've applied for this role, um, we're looking at the other candidates. We think that we will rather offer it to you. That is different because obviously your foot is already in the door, so you can actually take that opportunity and use it to your advantage. Whereas somebody who is um, much qualified and maybe does not work within that company will apply for the job and will be given it because of the fact that they have more experience than the person who hasn't worked within that job role at all in the UK.
But Lawyer Eunice, I still stand by what I'm saying,
Mm,
that
mm.
work experience outside the UK, especially in Africa, is not usually accepted here in the UK. You
So,
can
if
have
for
you can
instance,
have about 10 years experience in that
yes,
same job.
same,
You come to the
yeah,
UK to look for the same job. That 10 years
mm,
experience is not but I think the reason might be that maybe the system from the country
mm.
you originated from may have been different from the UK system. So I think probably they will prefer somebody who is used to the UK system. I think I've answered myself. But yes, so at least they should give,
Because I know people
a
who
little bit.
came from Ghana and were able to work within banking, but not necessarily probably within the higher threshold. So, for instance,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
came,
as
they
a
got
cashier.
jobs as, yeah, as a cashier. They had their foot in the door and they sort of worked their way up. So it's not. I wouldn't say it's a blank sheet for everybody,
Okay,
that if you
right.
have qualifications from outside the UK, there's no
Mm,
way you will get a job within the job role that you're asking for in the UK. I wouldn't put that blank sheet on everyone because
mm, mm, mm.
everybody and every employer and the way that they select their candidates or select their employees. So it's not a blank sheet for everyone. I
Mm,
really
mm,
believe that
mm,
there are
mm,
different
mm.
things that actually cater to different employers because of the people that I know and the fact that they've also been able to work their way up the, should I say, ladder. So it's not
Okay. Mm,
always the
mm,
same for
mm,
everybody.
mm, mm. I think the problem was, I think straight away we went into looking for top positions instead of starting as a cashier. So that makes it
Yeah,
a bit difficult for them to,
yeah.
accept, your work experience. That answers the question. I'm now satisfied. Right. Lawyer Eunice, is this visa route only available to those in the UK, or those in the UK can apply as well?
So, like the example you gave, typical. You can
Okay.
have people who are in the UK and they have valid visas, and depending on the visa that they hold, I say depending because not
Mm,
every visa route is eligible to switch to this skilled worker route. So, for instance, if you've come here as a visitor,
mm,
unfortunately, you will not be able to switch to this route unless you have COVID concessions. So currently, we
right.
have COVID concessions available
Mm-hmm.
for those
Mm,
who may be unable to travel. So, for instance, you've come, you've fallen ill, you are unable to travel back to your country of origin, and therefore there are visa routes that are available to you that you can now apply for, and that is one of the good things about this COVID concessions. So if you are currently looking to apply, then of course you should have a reason why you cannot apply
okay.
from outside of the UK. And then you have
Mm,
people who, for instance, came here as short-term students. Um, because it's a short-term student visa, you normally would not be able to apply for a skilled worker visa or switch onto the skilled worker visa route, or somebody
mm,
who is even a parent of a child student. So maybe you've come with your child because your child is schooling in the UK in one of the private or independent schools, and you're thinking, okay, I might as well apply to be a skilled worker in the UK. Unfortunately, this route will not be available to you
okay.
normally. And then
Okay.
for somebody, for
Great.
instance, who's come in as a seasonal worker, they would not be able to apply onto this route because the seasonal worker visa is usually only valid for about 6 months.
6 months.
So
Yeah.
typically, people like this will not be able to just automatically switch to this route. And of course, anybody who does not have immigration status in the first place would not be able to
Able
apply
to.
while,
Okay.
yes, in the
Mm,
UK.
mm,
So
okay.
there are these category of people who would not be able to normally apply to the skilled worker route unless
Okay.
you fall under
All
the
right.
COVID concessions and you are able
Oh,
to
okay.
explain why you cannot return to your country of origin whilst
Oh, okay.
in the UK. So
All right.
yes, you can switch if you had valid visa and you don't fall under the
Okay.
categories I've just mentioned.
Oh, okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've just joined in, this is Heritage TV, the Legal Hour show with BWF solicitors. And today we are talking about coming to live and work in the UK, and also the range of jobs that you can apply for. With me is Mrs. Eunice Champong. She is the partner and solicitor at BWF Solicitors. Please send in your questions to all our social media handles and I'll be able to pick it up and also pass it on to Lawyer Eunice. Yes, Lawyer Eunice, I've got this question coming from Andrea. It says this: I have a 24-year-old daughter back at home who has just finished university. I would like her to come to the UK to work. What does she need to do?
Okay, so this is one of those typical questions that you have somebody ask in terms of a child. Usually in this country, if you are making an application as a child, it will have to be somebody who is 18 or under. So
Okay.
if that child is under the age of 18, they would usually apply as a family member to come and join you in the UK. But you have, in this case, a child who is more than 18, and now the mother is looking for a way to have the child come and join her in the UK. And obviously, if she wants the child to come and live and work, she's saying, well, how would this child go about it? What can I do to help my child gain a skilled worker visa to come and work here, to come and live here,
Yeah.
and obviously for me to be able to have that bond with my daughter? First of all, when the skilled worker route came out, the government was looking at ways to make it a bit easier for workers to come and join the workforce in the UK. So you have all the general jobs within the labor market, and like
Okay.
I said, some of the jobs are the obvious skilled worker jobs where people will say, okay, if you're a teacher, it's a skilled work. If you're a nurse, it's a skilled work. If you're a doctor, it's a skilled work. If you're an
Okay.
engineer, that's skilled work. And then the not so obvious ones like
Once.
catering or being a farmer or
Okay.
construction worker, those are the not so obvious ones. So depending on the job her daughter wants to apply for, she needs to make sure that the job that she will apply for will be something that is under our eligible occupations list. So on the .gov.uk website, you have a list of jobs that the government have said are eligible occupations, and you would also have to show that the job that you are applying for is a job that the employer is willing to offer to you. So
Offer.
if, for instance, she's applying for a job, let's say as a veterinary doctor, and she's gone on to the UK website for that company. I'm not here
Yeah.
to advertise companies, so I
Yeah.
can't mention any company in
Names.
particular. Yes. So if she's gone onto the surgery website and she's
Website.
seen that they have vacancies for that job, and then she's made the application because she's realized that, oh, they need a veterinary doctor, and she's applied to that role, and they're saying to her, well, we think that with the degree that you have, you'll be able to take on this job. Maybe she's also got some experience working in other places as a vet, even though she's just finished university. And therefore, they think maybe we should give this person a try. She's a suitable candidate, and I think that we should give her the job offer. The job offer in itself is a way of them saying to you, we're willing to grant you sponsorship. So once an employer gives you a certificate of sponsorship, that is one of the eligibility requirements that you will need to meet to be able to apply for a visa under this route. So you're saying, well, I've applied for this job, the employer has given me the offer and now has granted me a certificate of sponsorship. Because you need at least 50 mandatory points, that certificate of sponsorship is 20 points on its own. So the fact
Okay.
that they've offered you the job and giving you a certificate of sponsorship is 20 points. So it's one, should I say, one of the categories down. And then, of course, you have the fact that they want somebody who is able to speak English. They want somebody who is able to write in English, who is able to read in English, because you are coming to an English speaking country. So that English language requirement is there, and they want you to be able to show that the undergraduate certificate that you have will meet their common European framework of a level B1. So usually if it's a certificate that you have gotten from a different country and you were taught in English, you have to have it NARIC certified. So the
Okay.
UK NARIC board will have to certify it and say that, well, the qualification you have meets that level B1 or
Okay.
above. Then,
Okay.
of course, they also need to make sure that the job that you're applying for meets the required level. So if you are applying for the job as a veterinary assistant or a veterinary doctor, and you are saying that this job role requires a skilled level of at least a level 3 or level 4, if it's a level 4, which is equivalent to somebody who has done a higher education diploma or higher education course, then of course that person will be able to meet that required skill level specifically for that vet assistant or the vet doctor role. So
Mm.
if that has also been met, that's another 20 points. And then the English language requirement is 10 points. So that means that you've gotten your 50 mandatory points to be able to go on to see whether you'll be able to get another 20 points based on other
Mm.
categories as
Mm.
well. So the 50 points are mandatory, and then you have 20 points that you can gain depending on the salary level or the education level that you have. In total,
Okay.
you will need 70 points. So if, for instance, she was to apply to be like a vet doctor, like I was saying, the 20 points extra will come from the fact that maybe she's applying as a vet doctor or a vet assistant, and her salary
Okay.
level. So when you look at those that are veterinary doctors, for instance, the salary level may differ from place to place because you wouldn't have the same salary level throughout
Okay.
England and Wales. So
It's
they are
true.
looking to see whether your salary level will be above 23,040 or 25,600, and it has to be at least the going rate for the salary they will pay to any ordinary veterinary doctor or veterinary assistant in the UK. So if,
Okay.
for instance, they are saying that most veterinary doctors are paid 25,000 a year, and for your job role they're going to pay you 24,000 a year. If the level of salary that they are giving you is less than 80%, then usually they'll want to see whether that role that you are applying to has something extra that will make it
Mm.
meet that salary level. So, if for instance, the veterinary role is a shortage occupation role, which it is, then that
Mm.
means that because you've applied to a shortage occupation role and the salary level is, let's say, 23,040, but it's 80% of the going rate of any veterinary doctor role in the UK, then you have 20 points because your role that you've applied
Right.
for is already within the structured occupation route. So
Mm.
it gives that boost that, of course, you can gain the 70 points to then make the application that you are seeking to make under the skilled worker route. So, depending on the job role, there will be different salary levels. And of course, if the salary level is low and your occupation is somewhere within the social occupation, or your qualification is a PhD qualification, that could also change the number of points you'll be given. Or if, for instance, they look at your salary level and you are working within, let's say, the health or the education industry, then that could also boost your points level depending on the job role that you are applying for. So depending on,
Okay.
yeah, the different job roles, the points can be increased, but the mandatory
Mm.
points obviously will stay the same. And if you are able to get that sponsorship and also meet that required skill level as well as meet the English language, then you know you are on the right path to getting the eligibility requirements met to apply for that visa role. So, yes, to answer her question, she would need to meet all of those requirements to make the application from outside the UK. And usually, I think the application fee is about £704 if they're applying for a visa
Okay.
which is 3 years or less, because the certificate of
Okay.
sponsorship will state how long the contract will be for, what the job role is about. It will give the
Okay.
license number for the employer, and it will
Mm.
state whether, of course, the person who is coming will be maintained. So usually in the first month, they are looking to see whether you be able to maintain yourself, or whether the
So.
employer will put on that sponsorship, whether they will maintain you for the first month before you get your pay.
Mm.
So
Mm.
if the
Mm.
sponsor is not going to maintain you for that first month, then you should be able to show that you have at least £1,270 in your account, um, which is usually 28 days before the application is
Okay.
submitted,
Yeah.
and it has to be 28 days within a 31-day period. So if you are able to show that you'll be able to maintain yourself, then that's also good for you to go, because you know that you are able to meet all of the requirements that they need. And she's coming from a country where tuberculosis is a high risk. They will, of
Mm.
course, ask that she provides a tuberculosis medical certificate. And
Mm.
also, if she's worked, if that person has worked before. In this case, I'm not sure whether her daughter has worked before, but if she has
Mm.
worked before, then you have to provide a criminal record certificate,
Record. Okay.
just so that they know that she hasn't got any criminal records or anything of that sort.
Oh, okay. Okay. If one is guaranteed, when the person applies for the visa and meets all the requirements, will the
Mm.
person be granted a work permit visa to enter if you meet all the requirements?
So usually
Is it a
it depends
guarantee?
on, yeah, so usually the the requirements being met and everything of that sort is not necessarily a guarantee that that person will be able to um enter the UK, or they'll be able to be granted the visa that they require. So
Mm.
the government obviously wants people to come and work and to add to the economy, but there are some routes that have a cut-off point. So for
Okay.
instance, if you are applying, to say you're coming in as a contractor, and they have a cut-off limit to the number of applications they can receive in a year, then that means that once they've reached their limit, there will be no other entrance after they've reached their limit. So there is that scaling, because they feel that they can't allow everybody who is applying to come at once.
Exactly.
Whereas, yeah, so you have routes like the health and care visa, for instance, and there is a cutoff point, for instance, in that route. You can't say
Mm.
that everybody who applies will come, because a lot of the recruitment under that route, for instance, is done outside of the UK.
UK.
And there will be thousands and thousands and thousands of people
It's
that would
true.
want to apply and come under that route. So there is a cut-off point to different category of workers, and there are some routes that don't have a cut-off point at all.
Mm-hmm.
So if
Yeah.
the route you're applying under has a cut-off point, then of course, once they've reached their limits, unfortunately, you would not be able to apply for a visa um, on
Mm.
that year or during that year. Maybe you can apply the following year, because maybe they've reached the cutoff point for that year.
Oh, okay. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, if you've just joined us, this is Heritage TV and it's a legal hour show with BWF solicitors, and we've got their representative here, the learned lawyer Eunice Achampong, who is a partner at BWF and also a solicitor at BWF Solicitors. We're talking about coming to live in the UK, work as well in the UK, and how to go about looking for work in the UK. Please send in all your questions on all our social media handles: Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, all the other social media handles, and I'll be able to pick the questions up and put it forward to Lawyer Eunice, who will gladly answer your questions. You can also share this live broadcast to all your friends and loved ones, and I believe that someone will, benefit from what we are discussing today. Lawyer Eunice, Abdul is asking this question. I finished college last year and left with a 3 BTech diploma with merit. I arrived in the UK with a family visa, which is due to expire in 6 months. Can I apply to join the police force at my locality in Canterbury?
Okay, so Abdul says he's come on a family visa. He didn't specify, but most family visas will either be as a parent or as a child, or usually if there is a dependent, then as a dependent of somebody who is British or who is settled in the UK. So if he says that his visa is about to expire, then I'm sure he wasn't granted indefinite leave as a child of a parent who has settled status or is a British citizen. So
Okay.
usually in a case like this, if he still has valid visa, then he will have to be able to apply for this job role as soon as possible before it expires. And usually, I know that the processing time is
Yeah, it
about
takes longer.
six, yeah, 6 to 8 weeks for the work role. It's about 6 to 8 weeks. That's if, of course, he's able to make the application um, in time before his visa expires.
Mm.
So he's basically switching from his current route to a skilled worker visa. And if he's within the UK, at least it makes things a bit easier, but it's just that his application fee will be a lot more than somebody who was outside of the UK. So somebody who is in the UK has a higher application fee than
Application,
somebody
yeah.
outside of the UK. I think for them, the application fee, depending on whether they're applying for a 3-year visa or a visa which is more than 3 years, then that means that his fee will be about roughly about £704. I mean, £1,220, and then
Okay.
um, for somebody who obviously is applying for that less than 3-year visa, it will be £740. So depending on the number of year visa he's applying for, it will be at a slightly increased rate. And he will also have to show that he has got a job from the police force. And so if he's saying that he wants to apply, then he has to apply for a vacancy as soon as possible. I don't know how many of you have seen the Kent police advertisement. They're looking for
Yes,
a lot.
yes, yes.
They're looking for police. I think they are the only police force in England right now advertising for officers.
It's true.
So they are looking for officers as
They are even prepared
badly
to
as
pay you
need be.
whilst training.
Training, yes. So, of course, he should apply. And once he's given that job role and he is given a certificate of sponsorship, because if he's applying for that role, he has to make sure that the Kent Police is also listed on the government's website as a licensed sponsor. And I think they are as a licensed sponsor as well. So once he's able to get that certificate of sponsorship as a person who is currently applying for that job role, that is 20 points in itself. Then he has to be able to show that he meets that required skill level. So it's a skill level of level 3 or above. And he says he's done a BTech. So a BTech is going to be equivalent to a level 3 or above. So anybody who's done A levels and above is a level 3 skill level.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
as long as he's able to meet a level 3 skill level or above, then he obviously is showing that he's able to meet the required skill level, which is another 20
Mm.
points. And then
Mm.
he's also able to show that he meets that English language requirement. So either that he has an undergraduate qualification, or he's going to say that, do you know what? I don't have an undergraduate qualification. So what I do have is something that I've done at college, but I want to be able to meet that English language requirement. So you have the
Mm.
English speaking and listening test that can be done at a level B1 to show that, of
Okay.
course, he can speak and write and read in English. And so
Mm.
they should consider that. There are some companies that have their own English assessment. So if the Kent Police Force is one of those companies that has their own English assessment for candidates, then of course they
Yeah.
can use that assessment in place of him having to go and do an English speaking and listening exam. And then also you
Okay.
have the fact that he has to be able to meet a certain required salary level. And if,
Mm.
for instance, his income is going to be, so they have the least income, which gains no points, which is at least 20,480. That gains you no points. But if you are able to show that at least his income or his salary for the year will be at least 23,040, or between 23,040 and 25,600, then of course he has to be able to show that the going rates for that job or that constable role will be at least, let's say, 24,000. So if they are offering him um, 23,480, then they must be able to show that, of course, because his role is a starting role, and they know
Mm.
that he's just started off in this new role. There's a category that they call new entrants. So if he is a new entrant into the job market and his salary is at least 70% of the going rate, then that should be able to meet the 20%
Mm.
points that he needs to add to the 50 points that he has already gained. So if he has the certificate of sponsorship, he also has the required skill level, which is a level 3 or above, and then he's able to meet that English language requirement, and his salary level is the level that they are looking for, then of course he can apply for that skilled worker visa so that he can continue to stay. And the good thing is
Okay.
that once his 5 years is up, maybe he can then look to apply for settlement in the UK.
Okay. All right. Brilliant. Laura Eunice, one thing came to mind when you were, um, you know, answering the last question.
Hmm.
Are they entitled to benefit? And the second question is, are
Hmm.
they given, certain professions given maximum hours they can work? So two things, benefit
Yeah.
and also the maximum hours they can work.
So for those on the skilled worker routes, unfortunately, they will not be entitled to benefits at all.
Okay.
Because obviously you're coming to work, and so you will be gaining an income. And if you are
Okay.
going to be gaining an income, why then should you be given access to
Okay.
the public fund? So
Funds
unless they are able to show that they are settled or they have indefinite leave to remain,
to
they would
remain.
not be able to apply for any public funds whatsoever. In terms of the second question, whether they will be able to, then you said they were going, you wanted to
As
find out
many
if,
hours that they want. So let's say you can work about 50 hours a week,
okay. So
or
depending,
how? Mm.
yeah. Yeah, so depending on the job, if you want to work additional hours within that same job role, of course, why not? If they
Okay.
need you because there are there's a demand, so there's a demand for you to do the extra hours. Of course, you can do the extra hours as part of that job role, and especially where, for instance, you're a police officer and they need people to be going within the community and the rest of it, especially within this COVID time as well.
Yeah.
If they have additional hours that they want to give you, then of course you can work additional hours within that
Okay.
role. But you cannot do it when it's outside of your job role. And so it's important that it
Right.
has to be within your job role. Yeah.
Mm, 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 mm. Oh, too soon. Our time is up, Lawyer Eunice. I would like to tell all our viewers, even though we've come to the end of this very educative discussion, you can still send me your questions and I'll be able to pick it up and send it over to Lawyer Eunice and we'll definitely get back to you. She will also give her details and her office address if you need to book an appointment to go and see her and, go into details what you want her to help you with. She'll be very happy to do that. So, Laura Eunice, could you please give your details for those who would like to get in touch with you? There might be someone watching who is not able to send their questions, whilst live on this show, but would rather want to see you privately and discuss things further.
So, as Vicky said, I am one of the solicitors at BWF Solicitors, and we are located in London, very, very close to the Seven Sisters Underground station. So if you need further explanation as to what I have just said, or there are other issues regarding family or other legal issues that you need our help with, we are very close to the Seven Sisters Underground station. And if you're coming by train, it is close to the exit 2 entrance of the underground station. Our address is the fourth floor of Anna House, 214 to 218 Tottenham High Road, London. And the postcode is N15 4NP. So N15 4NP. Our offices are opened from 9:30 to 6 p.m. from Monday to Friday. And the main office line is 0208 493 7340. So 0208 493 7340. And my contact out of office hours is 075 35 81 3910. So 075 35813910. And we are keeping to the strict government guidelines and making sure that people wash their hands. We offer hand sanitizers when you come into our reception area. We also do offer face masks if you don't have one. And as much as possible, we make sure that people keep to the social distancing. And if you, for any reason, cannot attend our offices, do give us a call and we will be able to explain further. Thank you, Vicky.
Oh, Lawyer Eunice, you left out the lovely refreshments you people, provide to
Oh,
visitors.
well,
Amazing.
I think you should advertise it then for me, please.
Yes, when you go to BWF solicitors, oh my goodness, the tea, coffee, the chocolate, you can't find any of those chocolates within the UK, specially made for BWF solicitors. It's so lovely, lovely. It's amazing. I've been there a few times and oh my God, I felt like, oh, I want to stay a bit longer. Thank you so much, Lawyer Eunice. May I also inform all of you that BWF is having another Facebook, discussion program, education program in 3 hours, I think 4 o'clock. And it's on their Facebook page, BWF Solicitors, and it's the community and the law. Today, they'll be discussing understanding sole responsibility in immigration rules. And the guest from BWF Solicitors is Mr. Francis Owusu Bosompem, and the host is going to be Mr. Oreku Frempong. So if you need to, know more about or understand the sole responsibility in immigration rules, please join them on Facebook at BWF Solicitors at 4 p.m. It's 4 to 6 p.m. and you can join in the discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, unfortunately, we've come to the end of the program. If you want to sponsor the program, I will gladly love to hear from you. Contact me on 0744-8619711 because our program goes beyond the UK and a lot of people are benefiting from this legal education program. So we need a lot more support. So please, if you feel like sponsoring us like BWF is doing, has taken the lead, contact me on 0744-7619711. And you also want to be a guest on our program, to tell people, the community, what you are doing. You've got something to, share with all of us. I would love to hear from you. We'll have a discussion and, we'll take it from there. I'll be glad to speak to you as well. If you have any media coverage, the best place to go to is Heritage TV Media House. At this time of COVID, a lot of people are having their celebrations, funerals, other celebrations, in the comfort of their home, or even when they rent a place. I know the government has given the number of people that can attend funerals and any celebrations because of the COVID. But to make the occasion very special for you, Heritage TV is available to give you that professional touch with coverage. And they can also, broadcast it live on our platform as well. That is a very good opportunity for you to get all your functions, everything broadcast live on our Heritage platform. And on that note, I will say thank you to all of you who tuned in, who shared to their friends and loved ones, especially to Lawyer Richard Bisiakon of BWF Solicitors. Thank you so much. Uncle Bernard Owusu, thank you so much for all your support and guidance. And also to you lovely viewers. In fact, I really appreciate your support. Every Saturday coming on to join in the discussion and also watch this program as well. I'm not taking it for granted at all. So take good care of yourself, observe all the social, the government information about COVID. Wash your hands thoroughly and also use your hand sanitizer when you're out and about. Not forgetting your nose masks as well. We need you to stay alive, stay safe, and see you again next Saturday, same time, 12 noon. Take care. Bye-bye.
BWF Solicitors, we take pride in our client service. As a niche law practice, we are conscious of the demands of our clients. We always offer a friendly, listening ear and sympathetic attitude. We've worked with thousands of people all across the UK in all areas of personal legal services. We have received great feedback and views from our clients. We are located at Seven Sisters in Tottenham on the 4th floor of the Anna House, right on top of the Victoria Line train station for your utmost convenience. We have a friendly office and provide all of the refreshments necessary while you wait to see a lawyer. We are dedicated to our clients and have a successful record of serving our clients. Solicitors of England and Wales are of high quality and are bound by the highest professional standards. We are officers of the court and are bound by standards of integrity, competence and conduct as part of our responsibility to uphold rule of law. Our solicitors and lawyers care about your case and are committed to providing the best possible service to you in the most considerate and careful manner. We hold 2 Law Society quality marks. Law Society accreditation helps to demonstrate that we have attained the requisite standard in the area of law and have the requisite expertise. BWF Solicitors are here to help you with your legal services when you need us.
Victon Estates provides professional and reliable service to landlords, investors and tenants. Our mission is to ethically and honestly serve our clients. We won't make promises we cannot keep, rather. We present a clear picture of the reality we can offer. We are here to help you with long and short-term let, property management, cash buyers for quick sales, stock repossession and mortgage arrears. For all your property needs, look no further. Visit us at www.victonestates.co.uk or call us on 07448619711. Victon Estates, your property is our pride.